now if you have any questions to ask about this whole subject, you are welcome.
Are engrams also accumulated from previous births? And are engrams only related to negative experiences? Because they said pleasure was not recorded.
First thing, from previous life also you record. You bring engrams. That's one. Next thing, anything related to pleasure never gives you trouble. But one thing happens, anything related to pleasure makes you addict. So if you want to get rid of addiction, you need to work on the pleasure engrams. But as of now, first let us work on the engrams which gives us pain, insecure feeling, stress and difficulties. Then we will bother about the addictions.
Engrams from previous births. If we can't recall incidents.
No, you see, with auditors, sitting with an auditor you can't recall. But sitting with a master you can recall. He can put you into that depth. Here auditor is also a normal man. He can't put you, he can't take you to that deep, that depth. But master can take you to the depth. One more thing, auditor can only reduce the power of the engram or erase it. Only master can install something because of which you will never collect any more engrams. He will not only clear it, he will collect an energy field inside through which you will not collect any more engrams. That's what we call Videha Mukti, means liberated beyond the body, even when you are in the body. Jivan Mukti, a person who has cleared all the engrams and who will not accumulate any more engram, only we call as Jivan Mukta. Yes.
Swamiji, what about the language plays in this part? Meaning, basically,
language plays a very good role. But if you can understand other language, we can work on you in the language which you understand.
Suppose a person goes to some other country where he does not know the language completely. So he goes through the accident or something. And what happens?
The emotion, the meaning of the words padartha gets recorded, and that can be an inspiration. That can do the same process. Understand? If in the same incident, instead of English command, if those guys, that paramedical people, if they are speaking in Hindi, don't think it will not create a negative effect. It will create a negative effect because the meaning will get recorded inside. Not only what you hear, what you see also gets recorded. So there will be an impact of negative impact, the same amount of negative impact, because in unconscious level, in reactive level, you understand all languages. You see everything, you understand everything, you perceive everything. Only in conscious level you understand one or two languages. In unconscious level you can understand all the languages.
Swamiji, this engram, does it get engraved only in the unconscious state, or one can be conscious also, but in the background something could be going on? It could get engraved.
No, usually in conscious state it never gets, and much never happens. Only in unconscious state, when you are stressed, under pain, unconscious only, at those moments it gets recorded.
Swamiji, samskaras and vasanas.
Here comes a beautiful question. Almost one and the same, except a small technical difference. Vasana is just a memory. Samskara is memory plus emotional attachment to the memory. Vasanas will not have much power to make you to do the same thing, but samskaras will have enough of power to make you to do the same thing. Again, the addiction to the tea or coffee is samskara. Or just an addiction for walking is vasana. Early morning walking, it will not be too powerful, but the early morning coffee will be very powerful. So if it is with emotional attachment, it is samskara. If it doesn't have emotional attachment, just a vague memory, vasana.
One more question. He spoke about even body pain related to that.
Yes. there are a lot of engrams which continuously keeps pain in you. For example, if you are sitting in your house and you had a fight with somebody, at the time you had a knee pain and headache, and whenever you fight with anybody, you will have the same knee pain and headache again, coming back, and it will not leave you. That's the problem. Here, these people work on one by one engrams. In NSP, I try to work on the whole. I just work on the whole engrams. And here you have to tell your auditor, which is very difficult to trust somebody. In NSP, you don't have to trust anybody. Directly you expose, you open up to the existence. So, the NSP is far more deeper technology than this. Now we are going to work on much more deeper technology than NSP.
When you're using the term unconscious, do you mean like coma unconscious or
coma unconscious? Everything can be called as unconscious.
So even
whenever your logic is not working, even your dream state is unconscious.
What about during waking state? What's unconscious during that?
Waking state, you don't usually feel the unconscious state.
Like right now, we're talking, but at some level I'm aware of sitting on something hard. So
it means it's the effect of smell of unconscious, not unconscious itself. In this mood, you cannot record anything new, but you will suffer by what is recorded already.
But if you were to say something to me that that made me feel bad,
and then then pain comes after once the pain happens, you start recording. Then again you are unconscious.
But I'm conscious. I'm not conscious.
No. When pain happens, for that moment you fall in unconscious and come back. Only when you fall in unconscious, pain happens. Otherwise, pain cannot happen. The same incident may not put you into pain if you don't fall in unconscious.
Swamiji, how about when you're sleeping, if you hear something, does that also get recorded?
No. You see, that time, nothing much gets recorded and nothing much is disturbed. The sleeping time, you don't allow anything inside.
One more question. Are all physical problems and mental problems related to some engrams? Or is it only some
99.99% is related to some engrams. Yes.
So all suffering can be erased?
Yes. All suffering. When I say all, capital A-L-L.
That's it.
In on NSP, one lady, she's a doctor. She had a tumor in Muladhara. 3 times she underwent surgery, but again and again the tumor appeared. And she was writing all her guilts in the NSP. And in the time of writing, she started profusely weeping. I asked her, what is happening? Why? She came near me and she told me she has been abused in the young age. And she started weeping. I just put my hand on her head and not only removed that samskara and installed a conscious experience so that she will not accumulate that samskara anymore. She will not again do that rewinding, playback. And I put the conscious energy and relaxed. You will be surprised. I don't know whether you will believe it or not. Within a month, the tumor disappeared, never came back, already 1 year over. Within a month, tumor has disappeared and it never came back, it came back, already 1 year over now. She has done NSP, 1 year over. Nothing that our anger, because she has been abused towards herself. You see, actually the anger was, she was not able to express it on the person. She is too young. So she has expressed it on herself. She has condemned herself. She started hating the part of that part of the body. She started hating her own body, that part of her own body. Then that energy blockage, that hatred has become a tumor. So how many times you try to remove it physically, it comes back. Because the mental setup is there. That will create that problem. But once that mental setup, that root is destroyed, the engram is destroyed, and a conscious energy is installed there, simply healing happened and never came back. The tumor never came back. So there are so many things in our life, so many diseases of our life is related to these engrams. To these engrams. If we can work, it can completely be destroyed.
Swamiji, the way I look at this things, engrams, it's something that came up with nature, not that we have created. Means it happens to every human being.
No, it is not nature, societal.
Sorry.
Natural is different, societal is different. It is not natural. Body is natural, mind is societal. Body is the gift of the nature, mind is the gift of society. Look at these guys. Yesterday you saw the Yamunotri guys.
Yeah.
They are able to walk carrying you all the way.
Yeah.
But you can't even imagine carrying your body and walking there. Their body and your body, both are given to us by nature. But their mind and our mind are given by a different society. That's where the problem starts. The small man carrying a big lady and walking all the way up. Because they have been given that mind by that society. So they know they can do. We have been given this mind by our society. We know we can't walk. Leave about carrying somebody. Carrying your own body is not. Carrying some body is out of question. Carrying your body itself is impossible. Because of the societal. Body is natural, mind is societal, suicidal.
Swamiji, in the case of children who are born with either mental illness or
Past like engrams.
so how can they then clear in this life?
Master only can do. No auditor can do. Only the auditor of the world can do. When I heal, I just burn the engrams, that's all. My presence is so powerful, the master's presence is so sharp. That is why his allergies and all just like that disappears. Any allergy, nothing, only one touch, disappears. The auditors has to sit with that person for 10 hours to remove one allergy. I don't know even after 10 hours whether they will be able to remove it or not. Vivek only can tell. Vivek, 10 hours they take at least. Level of the engram. But here, the healing, just one touch. Vivek himself can say some experience of healing.
Swamiji, basically I went through ASP, I was wearing glasses, I'm not wearing anymore. So it's a bit,
Just after ASP.
yeah.
Just after ASP glasses, he has dropped the glasses. Because the engram is erased. You don't need anymore.
And I've been wearing these glasses since I was 9th class or something. Oh God. Since I was 14 years. 14.
Okay. That's what. Allergies just like that disappear. How do you think? Because the presence of the master is so powerful, it is such a burning energy. He is like a phosphorus. The moment you keep the phosphorus anywhere, whatever is around it, it will be burnt away. So he is a much more than phosphorus. He just burns it away. When the sun raises, lotus blooms by itself. So when the master's presence happens, your heart opens by itself. All the engrams are burnt away. That's what they say. Dattabijam Grumanam means the seed will be burnt away by the presence of the master. He burns all the samskaras once for all. So that not only in this Janma you will not have these sufferings, you will not carry any samskaras even in the future Janmas. That is why the NSP is so important. Emphasis on the NSP so much for all the people. Yes. Next question.
Swamiji, can you repeat the NSP?
Yes, you can repeat. But only one new name. Your name will not be given once more, but you can repeat NSP. Do it in India. Better you try and do it in India, because in India I do it 4 days. And it is intense.
Swamiji, is there good samskaras? Are there anything like good samskaras? And
No. There is no such thing as good samskaras. There is no good garbage, bad garbage. All are garbage. We have to throw it away. Even the good garbage will make you feel first as a man. That itself shows it is a bad garbage. Good garbage means you may think, early morning I should get up and meditate. I should go and serve Nithyananda Swami. I should go and do puja. These all only you will think as a good garbage or good samskara. Why do you want to meditate? Because you wanted to realize. So it says you are not already enlightened. It means it's a bad samskara. It cannot be called anymore as a good samskara. The moment it gives you the idea that you are not enlightened, you are bad, you are man, it's a bad samskara. It cannot be anymore called as good samskara. See, one thing, whatever makes you feel that you are something less than God is low self-esteem. Because you are God. Whatever esteem you have about yourself, less than you being God is low self-esteem. So there is no good samskaras. Next.
but still the effect will not be so damaging like.
Effect will not be so damaging, but you being a man itself is enough damage done to you. There is no other big damage can be done to you. You thinking you are a man, already the maximum damage is done to you. 99.9% damage is done. Remaining 1% will be done by the negative samskaras. That's all. So negative or positive, engrams do damage. The very idea that, you see, one thing you can say, with negative engrams you will be continuously suffering and you will try to get out of it. With positive engrams you will not be continuously suffering, you will not try to get out of it. So in a way negative engrams are good, it will lead you to enlightenment. It will remind you that you are not alright, there is something wrong in you. With the positive samskaras, you will not even remember, you will not even understand that there is something seriously wrong with you. So there is nothing called positive samskaras.
Swamiji, then the effect of television, Swamiji?
Oh God, the effect of television is directly an engram. Because you are put by force into unconscious reactive mind when you watch television. That is why even you know that hero is alive. If you watch the movie, as if the scene is shown that hero is dying, you will weep. You will start weeping. You know that guy is alive. You might have seen him directly also. But if you see that he is dying, you will feel weeping. Or you will feel that low mood. Why? Because, understand one important thing, your eyes can grasp only 6 frames per second. If the movement of the frames are more than 6, automatically you will be pushed into reactive mind. Unconscious zone. Whatever goes inside directly will be recorded inside your system. In the TV, it is more than 14 frames per second. So naturally your conscious analytical mind will be put to rest. Analytical mind is like a security who is standing at your gate. He discriminates who can be sent inside and who can't be sent inside. TV is like a just hitting the security on his head. He will be knocked out. And simply the whomsoever is on the road, whole group will walk into your bedroom and straight away they will come and occupy your bedroom. So that is what TV does. After see maximum 21 minutes, you will be able to manage with logic. But if you are watching more than 21 minutes TV, your logic will be knocked out, your analytical mind will be knocked out. Whatever is shown, straight away you walk into your reactive mind and it will go and sit there. That is why after seeing movie TV advertisements, you go to the shop and unconsciously ask, give me a Lux. Why do you think you ask? Because it is already recorded. It is recorded in your reactive mind. Simply you obey. So TV is also a dangerous mechanism. It will record directly all the things in your reactive mind. That is why whomsoever you see in TV or movie as a hero, you think that person is a real hero. Just understand, any popular hero, try to remember him without thinking he is a hero. Just remember his name without thinking he is a great person. You can't. That is why not only in India or South India, all over the world, the cine heroes are ruling and they become political heroes. They start ruling the country. Not only in India, not only in Tamil Nadu, even in LA, who is governor? Who is governor in California? Actor. That's all. First he established himself as a hero in all the reactive minds, collective reactive minds. So naturally they will vote for him over. The whole process is simple. And that's what. Whomsoever. But once you establish in a person's reactive mind that you are a hero, things are done. Simply people vote for you. Whether it is America or India, the same logic. Of course, in South India, all rulers are only from cine field, cine hero heroines. Because they establish in the reactive mind of the people that they are heroes. Very, very, very dangerous. They can insert any idea into your head without knowing they are inserting into your head. Very dangerous.
I'm thinking of your acharyas and your healers. If the basis is the samskaras, then how is the healing by touching and directing your energy working? And also in the ASP, now that your acharyas are teaching it, is it as effective for the takers as it was when you were?
First thing, let me answer. How the healing happens? By the energy. In the healer, first thing, our healers reach a state of clear. A person who has become clear, even though he is not enlightened by himself, he can radiate, he can allow the master's energy to penetrate through him. It's like the glass which is covering on the light. The glass itself is not shining, but it can allow the light to penetrate itself. The healers become a glass in front of me.